Oh, Jamar Chase with the dive. Because Garrett Wilson's wide open. Garrett Wilson, touchdown Bears. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video here in the World of Juice channel, and welcome back to another episode of the Paris Red Dragons Relocation franchise here on Madden 24. And we're starting hot today. We aren't wasting any time. We're in the trade screen because Kendall Fuller is on the chopping block. And now when I was going through some of the different trade offers, trade packages I could get in return for him, a lot of these guys did pique my interest, mainly for the draft capital you would get in return, because Kendall Fuller does bring in some cachet. I mean, we could even get a first-round pick from the Giants in 2025 to get ourselves back into pick equity that we have. And I was thinking, maybe what would happen if I was packaging Kendall Fuller with more picks? Because then the pieces start to flow together and we can get some more stuff. And this one really intrigued me. Tyson Campbell, who was only was only an overall point lower than Kendall Fuller. Both have star development, much cheaper on the cap hit, much younger, and we'd be getting a bunch of 4s and a 6 and a 7. That is definitely an intriguing offer from the Jaguars, and I think Tyson Campbell is going to be the guy that I do end up trading for with Kendall Fuller. It's just a matter of, is there going to be anything else that any other team throws at me that is a little bit more enticing? Now, see, the Jaguars switched it up a little bit to give us more value. They'd be giving us a second-round pick in 2025 and a 6 in 2024, which is this upcoming draft. But I think, what was the just stock trade? It was a 4 and a 6 plus Tyson Campbell. That could be a very, very good option. What about if I try to squeeze out a 7? Do they change anything? Okay, they just go 4 and a 6 still. So if I'm gonna want to get anything remotely good, I'm gonna have to give up something good in return. That's how trades work. This one I do like. I do like this trade because we're getting Tyson Campbell back. We're getting 2 4s, one for this year, one for next year. We're getting a 6 and a 7, giving up a 4 for 2026, which, to be honest, we can trade a lot, or we can trade basically anything to get a 4th rounder, so it's not that big of a deal if we need to get it back. There's also Micah Wenyu, who I do value as a good player, but I think trading straight up corner for corner is the best idea. We're getting younger at the position. I think this is the move. I think we're going to select this. Oh, I can't do it? Do the Jags not have the cap room? They don't have the cap room by $450,000. Are you kidding me? Who's making a little over $450,000 that I actually would want on the roster? Let me take a look. Let me take a look at this one. CJ Beathard? Maybe. Who do I want on this roster that's making not a bunch of money? Anton Harrison? We could maybe turn him to a right tackle. That could be interesting. But is there anybody else? I don't think there's anybody else that I even remotely would want. Chad Muma, maybe. Nah, I don't think there's anybody else that I would even remotely want other than Anton Harrison. So if he doesn't break the bank too much, then maybe they'll accept this deal. Trade offer accepted. Kendall Fuller in a 2026 4 is headed to the Jags, and we get back Tyson Campbell, Anton Harrison, 2 4s, a 6 and a 7. Now, that's not all the draft pick equity that we needed to get back. And I do quickly want to go and generate best lineup here, because I want to make Anton Harrison a right tackle, and he might just go straight in and start at right tackle with Sam Cosmi, or let me try him at guard. Let me try him at left guard. What, does he change in overall at all? What is his overall? He actually goes up to a 73, so look at that. That is actually pretty darn saucy, if you ask me. So now we don't have to remove Sam Cosme because Harrison will just slide over and play left guard. And then over on the defensive side of things, we generate best lineup here, and Tyson Campbell goes right in, replaces him there, and becomes our new number 1. So with that being done, there was one other move that I wanted to make for a guard. Where did I want to go, though? I wanted to go back to the trade center, and I wanted to possibly look at making another trade for a guard. But our draft picks look a little bit better now. We actually have competent 2024 picks instead of the picks that I traded away last couple episodes ago when we traded for Rodgers. But our pick is going to be super valuable because we just don't have anybody. We don't have any wins, so our first round pick is going to be super valuable. So what I'm going to do actually here, I'm going to trade away somebody else. Let's trade like Christian Holmes or something. We have a lot of corner depth. Now, I don't know if this is going to go through or not, but there's a certain left guard that we can move over to right guard that plays for the Houston Texans, and his name is Kenyon Green. How easy is it going to be to trade for Kenyon Green? What do they even want for him? They want Hufanga, a first, a couple seconds. Okay, they're asking for a little bit too much. I did not think he'd be this valuable. I know he's super young and can develop, obviously, but I did not think he'd be like that difficult to trade for, so maybe Kenyon Green is off the table. Is there a guy that's a slightly older? Or I guess we could just ride with the right guard that we have. He's not very good, but we could just ride with the right guard that we have. I did want to make one more move, but I was trying to decide on who that move was going to be. It's too early for the Terry McLaurin deal. I'm not ready to pull the trigger on that yet. Deron Payne, I'm not ready to do that just yet. Montez Sweat, same deal. So other than that, I don't know if there's any other players that were on my list. We just traded Kendall Fuller. The only other guy would be Derek Forrest, because we have Jartavius Martin who's ready to take that step. So Derek Forrest, what can we get in return for him? We can get Rondale Moore and then a couple of draft picks. We can get Rasul Douglas, Byron Murphy in a 7. Oh, let's see. Rondale Moore wouldn't be that bad. We know from past experience in Madden 23 that Rondale Moore develops really well if given the right time, the right situation. So this could be a good pickup. Bringing in Rondale Moore to pair alongside McLaurin and Michael Thomas and Jahan Dotson. Adding Rondale Moore, plus he's fast, and we'd be getting more draft capital. Or we could go with Michael Davis just to grab the third. Can I trade Derek Forrest for Christian Watson? Now we're starting to get a little sticky. Can I do that? Because that could be something pretty cool. He's a higher overall, so I am going to just throw in some draft capital just in case. So I'll ask for a third this year and a 5... and then 2 5s. I'll ask for a 3 and 2 5s in Christian Watson. Trade decline, but that's actually not as far as I thought it was going to be. Trade decline. What about just Watson in the third? Ooh, okay. So what about just Watson then? Oh, so I'd have to give up something in return to get Christian Watson. I don't think that's that bad. I don't think I'd have to give up too much. I have 2 6. I can give up a 6. So Derek Forrest and Christian Watson. Ooh. Almost done. Okay, I'll just throw in a 7 or something. I have a couple 7s. Yeah, I have 25 7s. Not a big deal. Derek Forrest moving to the Packers. We get back Christian Watson, so now the receiving core looks even juicier, pun intended. And if we go to the adjust the lineup, and the whole point of moving Derek Forrest was he's slightly older, only 83 overall. It's not that much of a difference. And now we add Christian Watson to the receiving core. But then on the defensive side, it was mainly to get Jartavius Martin that playing time. I wanted him to be able to get as much playing time as possible so he can get his development trait revealed. It's probably only going to be star, but I just want it to be revealed so that he can be ready to go. And then specialists, are we going to have Pringle's kick returning right now, but if I go generate best lineup, they still have Pringle in there. I thought Watson would be a little bit higher up on the thing because of his speed ratings. He's got 96 speed, 94 excel, so I thought he'd be a higher overall in kick return and stuff, but what does Byron Pringle have? Byron Pringle's speed is 90, 92, so Watson is edging him on the acceleration and the speed. Oh, we're going to start Christian. I don't know why they don't have him as a big return man, but I'm going to start him at both kick return and punt return, and we're going to see if he can maybe take some punts back. So those are going to be the two trades that we make for today. They're not super massive. I mean, the Kendall Fuller one could be considered kind of massive. We got back a nice young corner in return. And then we're still working on the Montez Sweat deal. We're still working on the Deron Payne deal. And other than that, I don't think that there's anybody else. I mean, Terry McLaurin, obviously we are still debating on trading. I probably am going to trade him, but I think he's going to be the last one that I do trade. But I'll still work around, do some due diligence, do some scouting around the league, call up some other GMs and stuff, and do that stuff for Deron Payne and Montez Sweat, and we'll get those figured out in the upcoming episodes. But now actually on to the episode. We're taking on the Chicago Bears. Bears. And Justin Fields. That is going to be a tough matchup, and I don't know if it's the right idea to defend the QB scramble. I'm going to do it, but I don't know. No, that's not a good idea. We're going to defend the short pass. I don't think that the CPU is going to scramble that much, if we're being totally honest. I just don't think they're going to do it. We are going to do throw up medium. I think that's fine. And then for the team profile, we are going to throw for 2 passing touchdowns. Sure. I'm still not going to do any of this stuff just yet because I'm just going to get bronze, and it's not going to really matter too much. Like I said last episode, once I unlock the next 3, what are they called? Focus players. ACL sprain for Charles, but that's good because he's the backup now, so that doesn't matter. He's going to miss today's game, but he's just the backup, so it shouldn't matter too much. And it looks like I probably should start switching to half pads so that the fatigue doesn't go crazy like it looks like it started to do already. Luckily for us, the Bears are also in a bad spot right now. They're 1-3, so we might be able to sneak in our first win in franchise history. We are back home in Paris, back in front of the home fans. I'm sure it's an off day for the Paris Saint-Germain, so they're not playing, so all the fans can come watch us. But the Bears roster: Justin Fields, Khalil Herbert, Michael Carter. Then you got receivers: DJ Moore, who they got in the trade when they traded away the first overall pick with the Panthers. Darnell Mooney, money with 2 O's. Chase Claypool, who sucks. Tyler Scott, Jalen Tolbert, Velus? I don't know how to pronounce that name, actually. Jones Jr., if you couldn't tell. Mercedes Lewis and Cole Kmet are the tight ends. Braxton Jones, Tevin Jenkins, Cody Whitehair, Nate Davis, and Darnell Wright on the offensive line. That's actually a super young offensive line. If those 3 guys, the left tackle, Broderick Jones, Tevin Jenkins, and then the right tackle, whatever his face was named, if they all develop, they could be really dangerous in a couple of seasons. DeMarcus Walker on the defensive line with Yannick Ngakoue and Justin Jones. Jack Sanborn is the starting left outside linebacker, but he's injured for today's episode, so he'll be replaced by Dylan Cole. Middle linebackers: Tremaine Edmonds, Brooklyn Baron legend. TJ Edwards on the right side. And then the corners: Jalen Johnson, Kyler Gordon, Tyreek Stevenson, Kendall Vildor, and Terrell Smith. Safeties: Eddie Jackson and Julian Love, with Jaquan Brisker, obviously. And then kicker is 40-year-old Robbie Gould, and then Riley Dixon as your punters. So that is the Bears squad. Not a good squad. I think we might have it in the sights today to get ourselves a big fat W. back at home in the Dragon's Den in Paris on prime time. It's 8:15, so it's some sort of prime time. I don't know if it's Monday, Sunday, or Thursday, but it is prime time. Rodgers in the lights. Let's go get our first win in franchise history. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Club, and let's get it.
It's week 5 of the National Football League, and we'll be watching Terry McLaurin. He's coming off a game where he had the hot hands, over 160 yards receiving.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us in the shadow of the Eiffel Tower in the fabulous European capital of Paris, France. Tonight we start week 5 with a prime-time matchup as it'll be the Chicago Bears taking on the Dragons of Paris. With my broadcast partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Paris team as it gets ready here. It's been a lost first month of the season, that's for sure, as they come in with an 0-4 record.
And the window's not shut on them, though. They still have a chance to make something out of this season, but it has to start right now.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Bears, we're in October now, so everybody should be coming into form.
Here we are, ladies and gentlemen. Paris Red Dragon football is underway, and I did find out it's Thursday night football, so we are the first game of the week in prime time. Everybody's watching as this would be in real life. This would be a horrible Thursday night game to watch. Two really bad teams to start the season on your TV is the only game to watch. That's not a promising sign, but Justin Fields, the quarterback for Chicago, Bears. And we know Justin Fields very well from his time in Brooklyn. It wasn't a long time in Brooklyn because we used him to get ourselves Jalen Hurts in the end. But he was there in Brooklyn, started some games, didn't win a lot of games for us, but he did start some games for us. He was a good player. He was a good player for us. He just was too low of an overall. We needed, at the point we were at when we got Justin Fields, we were starting to make that come up. And I bit on the read option, and I just got destroyed. That sucks. But what I was saying was when we were at the point we were when we got Justin Fields, when we traded Zach Wilson to get him, we were on the rise with our team, and we just needed somebody, a quarterback with a higher overall, to pair with that, and it just wasn't Justin Fields at the moment. So we needed Jalen Hurts. But speaking of a high overall, Justin Fields is playing like a high overall because he is carving us up on this first drive, and maybe we should have contained the QB scramble because Justin Fields is moving around in this pocket pretty darn good as he throws that away. Well, it didn't throw it away, but he threw it to his receiver and it just got away. We are wearing the alternate uniforms. The alternate black style uniforms are gray. They might be gray. I can't really tell. We've worn these one other time, I think, so far this season, and that's just wide open. It's going to be a first down. The Bears are moving the football with ease on our defense, and our defense is the higher overall. We're like an 84, 85 on defense. That's not a promising sign. That's going to be, wow, that offensive line opened so heavily. That was an easy walk-in for the running back, Khalil Herbert. And the Bears are on the board first here on primetime. I thought that it was going to be a quarterback keeper with Fields, or at least he was going to keep it and roll out to the left and throw it. That's why I bit so heavily. With quarterbacks like Justin Fields and with like Anthony Richardson and Lamar Jackson and guys like that, I tend to, I don't know if it's just me, but I just tend to fall for the option of the quarterback keeping it instead of handing it to the running back. And Christian Watson making his debut, getting that kick return to the 26-yard line. Rodgers coming off of a interesting game, you could say, last episode against the Eagles. We got destroyed. Nah, the score is closer than the game actually was. We didn't get as destroyed on the scoreboard, but in the game, if you watched it, you know that we got absolutely beaten to death in that game. I'm going to just check this down to Najee. Najee's getting involved. He was the trade that we made last episode. Nice little rollout for Rodgers there, getting us to a manageable third down, 3rd and 3. And this might be where we use Christian Watson, the debut. We saw him in the kick return. No, it's going to have to be Logan Thomas. He's wide open middle of the field. Logan Thomas across midfield to the 46 of Bears territory. And that gets us a nice, fresh set of downs to work with here. And Najee's Najee, I had the room. It was available. I needed to take it, and I was going to, but Tremaine Edmonds does a good job. Najee gets payback there and goes for a first down. Good job, Najee. This game might be a little bit easier to run. That defensive line for the Bears is not as stout as the Eagles' defensive line was last episode. Jordan Davis is not barreling down on me every single play this time. Terry McLaurin, quick throw from Rodgers, and he gets down to the 13-yard line. That's a good, quick little snap and throw. And then we'll hurry up, give it to Najee, but I got stuck. I got stuck on my guard. I didn't really have time to adjust. That's okay. We were trying to keep it moving a little bit fast, keep the pace going. I do like some options here. I think we're going to go underneath. It's probably going to be Watson. Does he have the speed to get away? He doesn't. Tremaine Edmonds kept up with a 94 speed receiver. That's kind of crazy if you think about it. Terry's open. He's not open. Terry drops it. 4th and 5. What do we go for here? That was probably not the right decision. Probably not the right decision, but I think we got to take our points. I think that's the smartest idea here. I know we're at the 6-yard or at the 8-yard line, and maybe could have punched it in. But taking your points is always nice. Badgley drills the field goal, and it's 7-3. Especially, it's a good idea when this offense has been kind of stagnant the first month of the season, at least in the first half. In the second half, we kind of come alive more times than not. But who knows if that's going to happen in this game. You can't ever count on the offense being super dominant even against a team like this. And I say a team like this, but they're cooking us right now as Herbert breaks off a tackle juke move, and Herbert's going to keep going. Emmanuel Forbes is able to bring down Herbert as a last line of defense, but they are just destroying our defense right here. Another run. It's going to be Herbert getting a nice gain. Forbes again is the one to bring him down, but he's got 4 carries for 41 yards and a touchdown. I don't know why Forbes is like puffing his chest out and like crossing his arms and stuff. He didn't really do much. I mean, yeah, he made a nice tackle there, but not really worth that. End of the first quarter, 7-3, Bears lead. If we lose this game, then there's not a whole lot of hope for us to win many games this season, because I don't know if you took a look at our schedule, but we play the Giants, we play the Eagles again, we play some pretty tough teams this season. We've got a pretty tough schedule because we are obviously formerly the Washington Commanders, so we play their Season 1 schedule. We got a lot of tough. We play the Cowboys twice. We got a lot of tough games. So we might not find a lot that we're going to win, as Justin Fields is going to run, and I probably should have contained the QB scramble. I said in the opening I didn't think the CPU really scrambled that much, but I might be thinking a little bit too far in the past. Madden 23, the QBs didn't tend to roll out as often. I mean, I know guys like Kyler Murray and them kind of rolled out a little bit, but they didn't really impact the game as much as they probably should have. And now it seems like in Madden 24, that's not the case, at least not with Justin Fields. He is taking every opportunity to roll. And they are once again threatening for a touchdown. That's going to be another inside route, and it's just getting beat. We're just getting destroyed on these little underneaths and insides and slants and everything like that with DJ Moore and all their receivers. I don't even know, Chase Claypool. If you're getting beat by Chase Claypool, then you just got to retire. That's all you got to say about that. That's an inside, and Mayo could not quickly get there. It's going to be the tight end who makes the touchdown catch, Mercedes Lewis. And the Bears are up 13-3 on the Dragons in the Dragon Den. 14-3. We got to come out and score on this drive. We can't stall in the red zone and kick a field goal. That just can't happen. We cannot allow that to be the case for this drive. Or Christian Watson can return it, but he's not. He's going to take it to the 23-yard line. I do think that if he definitely feels a lot faster than what Pringle was feeling. That is for sure. So that's nice. Maybe if we get the right set of blocks, we could take that one to the house this season. It's a possibility. But Najee Harris, nice carry. We might have to just get on the back of Najee Harris and ride him. We might just have to ride Najee Harris hard and wet because the offensive line, I mean, they're doing it right now, and we can't break it. So we just got to keep riding him. There we go. We're eating in. We got Uber Eats. We're eating in, baby. 2nd and 5. Here's where we go play action. Is this play action? No, this is just a vertical route, right? Yeah, this is just a vertical. So we go underneath, get the ball away quickly. That's something I wasn't able to do last episode with the Eagles because they just forced so much pressure. It was crazy. But then we go back to the run. Najee bouncing off people like a pinball, and he's able to manage a couple yards. Good job, Najee. But is it now time for play action? I think it might be. I think play action might be the best case scenario here. And I'm going to switch it actually to this play action because this allows McLaurin to get open. So we hopefully have them bite. I'm going to throw it to Watson. It's going to get knocked down. That was a bad choice. That very easily could have got picked off if that receiver had any sort of hands. I shouldn't have done that. That was a dumb decision to do. My bad on that one. 14-3. We got to do something here. We're going to check this down out of the backfield. It's Najee. He gets the first down. He's fighting for more. Najee Harris. That's what I'm talking about, baby. Good run after the catch from Najee. And we are under 3 minutes to go in the half. We're going to hand this ball off to Najee. And he's going to get behind his blockers. And he's going to try to fight for a first down. He's a little gassed. There wasn't that same kind of burst from Najee there. So we're going to actually bring in Brian Robinson Jr., who didn't get a lot of shine last episode because that was the first episode with Najee, so he's playing a lot. But we are going to see Brian Robinson Jr. for the first time. He breaks off a tackle, Brian Robinson Jr., and this is the kind of power combination that I wanted out of my two backs. That's what you love to see. I really want Hot Route Master with Aaron Rodgers. We need to get him X Factor. Having Hot Route Master could be useful. Michael Thomas back in the end zone. Nice play by Eddie Jackson. I thought I was going to be able to get that over his arm, but not enough steam on it. That's okay, because we'll go with a corner route, and Terry might have this, especially on Eddie Jackson. He has some ratings on him. I picked the wrong receiver, Christian Watson, on accident. I meant to go for Terry, but I pressed triangle instead of circle. Somebody intercept it. Yep. That's So basically what happened was I panicked. And I pressed the wrong button again. That's back-to-back plays where I pressed the wrong button on the receiver that I wanted. And Justin Fields has got open space, but Montez Sweat, good recovery to get him before he had a ton of room. But on that interception, I wanted to throw to Terry McLaurin. My brain said, no, you're not going to throw to Terry McLaurin. And I pressed triangle again. But when I pressed triangle, I lobbed it. And not only did I lob it, but I also got hit on the throw, so it was basically like I didn't even throw it. And it just kind of tossed it to the incoming Bear defender. And Justin Fields, okay, we're going to adjust to the QB scramble. Oh my God, Justin Fields, he's going to cook me. We're going to adjust to the QB scramble in the second half. I didn't realize it was going to be this dominant. I thought it was going to be like Madden 23, where they weren't going to be able to do that much. And also in Madden 23, they were a lot more willing to slide when there was even a hint of a player coming after them. But in this game, they barely ever slide. I mean, he did it there, but that's just because he didn't want to take the hit at the very end. So we're definitely going to have to adjust to defend the QB scramble in the second half because I cannot have Justin Fields running for 30, 40 yards on a single carry. That's just not going to be acceptable. Chase Young in the back. Oh, Jamin Davis knocks that incomplete. 15 seconds to go. It's 3rd and 4. I really want to hold him to a field goal. I really think that could be the best option. Obviously, a turnover is the best option, but we're probably not going to have a turnover unless Fields just absolutely sells. Back of the end zone, he threw it over. Okay, he overthrew Chase Claypool out of the back of the end zone. So 11 seconds, it's 4th and 4. They really shouldn't have even been in this spot, but we're here, so. And it's up and good. 17-3 in the first half against a 1-win team, but we are a winless team. So I mean, I shouldn't be saying too much. At least they did get a win this season. We're still looking for ours. And that could simply be down to I'm just not very good at the game. Which if you came to this channel for good gameplay, good Madden gameplay, you should leave. That's just a simple fact of it. You're not going to get good Madden gameplay if that is what you came for. I apologize. I try my best. I'm just going to send this to Terry McLaurin deep, and we're going to see what happens. Terry McLaurin one-on-one. Get up there. Pass interference. We got one more play. One more play, pass interference. That might have gotten us in the field goal range. We might be able to steal a cheeky 3 points. Oh, we got bailed. We got absolutely bailed. 57-yard field goal. Come on, Badgley. I know you got it. You got no wind, max power, little bit wrong on the accuracy, but he drills it. He could have hit that from 60, and we steal 3 points at the end of the half, and we get the ball, too. We absolutely steal 3 points at the end of the half, and we are going to contain the QB scramble for sure in the second half here. All right, that's good. That's good. That's good. We got 3 points, making it 17-6. Watson will return this, and ooh, okay, that didn't go very well. But we get to the 19-yard line. We're gonna get on the back of Najee, and we're gonna continue to ride him hard, and he can hopefully bring us to the promised land. Najee outside, he just doesn't have that burst of acceleration that he needed. He is only an 83 overall, by the way. Don't forget that. Flood drive. Is that going to be open? I know Najee's open out of the backfield. I needed him to make a man miss or break a tackle or something. I'm actually going to flip the flood drive and run the exact same play to the opposite side. That allows for Michael Thomas to be the inside man, and we're going to hit Michael Thomas. Aggressive catch. He doesn't get the first down. It's 4th and 1. We're going to hurry up. We don't punt the football on this channel. You guys know that. We're going to give this to Najee, and I believe he can get 1 yard. I believe in Najee Harris. Get us that 1 yard, Najee. Yes, sir. Spins off a tackle, and the drive is alive. I knew that Najee could get us that 1 yard. I believed in him. Verticals is interesting because we could hit Terry McLaurin, and we are going to at least try. Oh, he comes back to the football. Scary Terry's a goat. Jalen Johnson injured on the play. I got hit on the throw, and Terry McLaurin comes back to the football and just mosses everybody. Thank baby Jesus for that. Oh, Najee, you got to break that. You've got thick thighs. You've got to break that, my guy. All right, play action drag wheel. This could be sketch. Oh, it's 100% sketch. Ah! 100% sketch. Doesn't go to plan. And we got to go back to verticals. It's just that simple. We got to go back to verticals. And we hit Terry quickly. He holds on. First down. That's what I wanted to do, really, the first time I ran that play. But it just didn't work out like that. And now Terry's got his X Factor. So Terry's going to be destroying people. Although he's got ankle breaker. I need to switch that. I don't want him to have ankle breaker. Ankle breaker is a good ability for, like, speedy receivers. And Terry McLaurin's fast, but he's not. He's more of a big body type of guy. So we need to give him, like, double me or something. Najee gets to the 19-yard line, 3rd and 5. 19-yard line is where we started on our own side of the field. So it all comes full circle in the end. I'm going to hit Terry McLaurin in the end zone, and he's got a touchdown. He completely lost his man. I don't know who was covering him, but he wasn't doing a very good job. I'll go back in an instant replay and show you what I saw, but Terry absolutely cooked whoever was covering him, and both feet are down. That is a college touchdown and an NFL touchdown in the same. So here's the play action, and watch Terry McLaurin just absolutely toast who's ever on him. Who is this? Oh, this is Jaquan Brisker, the young safety. So watch Terry's route. Terry's route is a corner route to the side of the end zone, corner of the end zone. And Brisker's got his eyes on the quarterback the entire time, and he's just running straight. So then when Terry sees that, Terry immediately makes his cut, and he's got so much space. He's got like 5 to 10 yards of open space between him and Brisker. And then when I see that, you can see that I noticed, and I already make my decision to throw right here. That's when I make my decision to throw, and that's when Terry's got all this open space. So, but in the back of my mind, I was like, oh no, this is going to be some weird Madden thing where Jaquan Brisker just like gets into supersonic speed and catches up to this ball. But it didn't happen that way. Terry adjusts, and he makes the catch. That's a tough catch from Terry McLaurin. That is a real tough catch from Terry McLaurin, but he makes the catch, and then he flexes on the homies. Oh, you love to see it. We got to get ourselves a little Terry McLaurin flex on him. Flex on the haters. Little flex on the haters from Terry. Oops, I didn't mean to go to the referee. Sorry, ref. Oh, I got to go back now. That's my thumbnail. Stop stealing my thumbnail material. All right, let me get back on Terry. There we are. Okay, so he goes down for the flex. Let me get a little good flex. Okay, then we zoom in, we drop down the camera. This is how you get quality thumbnails, ladies and gentlemen, if you're ever curious. We go up on it like that. We circle in. Terry's flexing on the haters. We go up a little bit, zoom in slightly, so we don't want to make it blurry. This is thumbnail 101. Go like that. Zoom in a little bit more. And boom. Thumbnail acquired for the episode. You're welcome. I know none of you cared about how I get my thumbnails, but that's how I do it. 17-12. We're going for 2. I like the aggressiveness. I don't know who the call is here. It's nobody. It's nobody. It's nobody. It's nobody. Actually, it is you. No, Logan Thomas got open, but then it closed quickly. The ball wasn't thrown hard enough because I was on the run. Okay, so it's 17-12. We're going to have to score a touchdown anyway. That's what I wanted to do. I didn't want to kick a field goal to tie this game. You kidding me? What is this? Little League? What is this, the XFL? You kidding me? Kick a field goal, take the lead. Uh-oh. Reeves, make the play. Good job. Good job. Good job. I want to score a touchdown. Man's score. 17-12 in the third quarter, but we don't have to worry about that right now. We have to worry about stopping the Bears, which is something we have not been able to do at all in this game. Chase Claypool gets a catch, and he gets a first down. That is just sacrilege to allow Chase Claypool to get any sort of catch. I'm not getting any pressure on Justin Fields, and when I do, I'm either missing the opportunity because I'm just bad, or he's getting away, and he's going to keep it. Benjamin St. Juice. That's what I'm talking about. Good effort. Bringing down Fields before Fields is able to turn that upfield and get some really good yardage like he has been in the past. But that's what happens when you change to defend the QB scramble, because I don't know if he would have been able to been in that spot. I don't think St. Juice would have been in that spot if we didn't adjust to that type of game plan. But we did. And he made the play, but then they just go and they get the first down anyway. So it doesn't really matter. All that hard work is for naught. Fields. Oh, Chase Young gets his teammate. Actually, did they play together? I think they were there at the same time. Chase Young was there in like 2019, I think. I don't know, maybe Justin wasn't there. Because Justin was there in like 2020 and 2021, I think, were his 2 years in Ohio State. Or maybe they were 20. Yeah, because then CJ's was, no. Maybe his was 2019 and 2020. Because then CJ had 21 and 22. And now McCord's in 23. And Chase Young was there in 2019. So maybe they were teammates. I can't remember. It's been a long time. It's been a while. Stained. 4th and 15. Anyway, enough of Buckeye quarterback history. You don't care about that. That could have been Tyson Campbell's first interception, though, but I missed the pass. And we do force a punt. Something we have not done at all today. This is the first time we force a punt from the Bears. And they just kick it right out of bounds. Not even letting Christian Watson get any attempt. 21-17. But we're starting to get that momentum, ladies and gentlemen. We are starting to get that Momo. And I love me some Momo. Let's get this right to Najee. He's going to cut it outside. Fight for some yardage. It's 2nd and 7. Under a minute to go in the third quarter. Hand this ball off back to Najee. He's got a ton of blockers. Najee Harris fighting for the first down. He had a man wrapped on his thigh like a child who doesn't want their parent to leave. And Najee's got himself a first down. We have 154 passing yards and 215 total yards. So we're moving the ball pretty efficiently. I'm going to set that to Michael Thomas, Mr. Slant Man. Not on really a slant, but kind of a modified slant if you think about it. And that's going to be the end of the third quarter. So we go into the fourth quarter down by 5, but we have momentum starting to build in our favor. We've got good vibes, and that's all you really need to win an NFL game is good vibes. If you have good vibes, you're going to go undefeated. Uh-oh, that's not good vibes. That's bad vibes. I don't know what that play was, but it didn't go in our favor. So let's go with the dagger, because that could allow Christian Watson to show off his speed. I am speed. I'm going to hit Christian Watson, or attempt to. That was a bad throw from Rodgers, and it's picked off, and the Bears are going to win this ball game. I say that. It still has a little bit of time left in the fourth quarter, but what was Rodgers doing here? This was supposed to be, yes, to be fair, it was a bad decision by me to throw it to Christian Watson in this spot, but Rodgers threw it way behind his former teammate in Christian Watson. I just put that together. I don't know what Rodgers was doing here. Watson was clearly past the throw, and he just throws it right to Eddie Jackson, who gets the interception. Not sure what Rodgers was doing there, but it doesn't go in our favor, and that's the second pick of the day for Rodgers. Pick. And we are going to lose this ball game and drop to 0-5. Now, it's not set in stone just yet. It's not official. We're not going to lose this game, but we just lost all that momentum we were starting to build, and we gave the Bears great field position. So we basically are going to lose this one. That's basically how it's going to happen. Oh, I was ready for that with Chase Young, too. And we can't make a tackle on Khalil Herbert. Khalil Herbert, oh, that's Michael Carter. But Khalil Herbert, anyway, Khalil Herbert has been dominating us. Michael Carter with his first run of the day. We cannot allow a touchdown here, boys. We got to step up. It's got to happen. Chase Young's getting pulled outside. Justin Fields is going to run again. Tyson Campbell can't make the play, and Fields dives at the 1. Justin Fields has been a menace to our society. He has been so good on the ground. Not really through the air. I mean, they've done pretty well through the air, but oh, that's a good play. We got to the quarterback. Oh, and Jonathan Allen sunned him. He sunned him. That's disrespectful. Probably not the right thing to do in that spot, but hey, I'll take it. Blitz our linebackers again. Get to the backfield. Good job. Jonathan Allen again. He's a disruptor. He's a disruptor. And now they're off the goal line. And they're at the 5-yard line. 3rd and goal. Chase Young with the spin. He's wide open. Touchdown, DJ Moore. What are we doing on defense, boys? We could not allow a touchdown, especially after I gave the pick away. Oh, that pick sealed the game, really, if you think about it. That pick sealed the game. We're never gonna win this game now. 24-12. We are still in search of that elusive first win in franchise history. When will it come? At this point, probably next season. It's not looking good for this year. If we can't beat a 1-win Bears team that we are clearly better than, it's probably not going to happen this year unless we play just like a horrible team. And I don't know who's that bad. The Saints, I think, might have a worse team than us this year. Christian Watson goes up and gets that football. Good job, Christian. Let's push the pace a little bit. Push the tempo. Run some hurry up. And I threw a pick. Oh, I didn't throw a pick, but I did throw a bad ball. I thought that the middle of the field was going to be a little bit more open than it actually ended up being. But that's okay. Why are they not pressing? That's when I do well, is when teams press on me. Because I just rely on my big receivers to get open. That's a wounded duck. Logan Thomas can't make the same play that Terry McLaurin did. Aaron Rodgers got hit again. It's hard. It's a hard knock life, man. It is a hard knock life. We're basically playing like this is the ball game because it kind of has to be that way. I didn't get anything there. I got sacked. Nobody got open. If I would have threw it, it would have been in triple coverage. It was just bad all around. Another just heave. Terry, catch it, Terry. And it's a turnover. We're going to lose this ball game. But we were already going to lose it even if we scored on that drive. There's no way we would have been able to stop the Bears on the next drive. 0-5 for your Paris Red Dragons, and we're just getting bullied at this point. I mean, we're just getting tossed down like we're nothing, like we're children. It's kind of embarrassing, if we're being totally honest. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why we can't do anything. We're a good team. We have a good defense. But we're just like, we can't even do anything. Luckily, is that Cody Barton? No, it's Montez Sweat. Montez Sweat actually made a good tackle, or he would have had an easy touchdown there. 2-minute warning. The offense line is obviously still a work in progress. Rodgers is getting pressured every time, and Rodgers is just, he's not quick enough at this point in his career to be able to extend the play. Oh, Herbert. We're making Khalil Herbert act like an all-pro running back right now. I know he doesn't have the yards, but if you watch this game, then you know how dominant Khalil Herbert has been. If you just look at the stat line, you may not think initially that Khalil Herbert had any crazy day or anything, but the impact he's had on the plays has been dominant, and he's going to have another touchdown here. Oh, he got stopped. Jartavius Martin in on the play. We might as well just let him score. And they're going to score anyway, so why not just let him do it a little earlier? 43 seconds to go. Maybe they won't score. Maybe the time will just run out. We really should have won this game. I made some bad decisions. I will be honest there, and Herbert just walks in, basically. I did make some bad decisions. I will say that. But even if I made those bad decisions, we still should have been good enough to win this ball game. We just played bad on defense, could not stop Justin Fields at all, whether it was through the air or on the ground, could not stop Khalil Herbert, and then our offense just didn't really come to life like they usually do. The past couple of games, we've been able to keep it close because our offense did something, and I'm not going to have anything on that one. I was trying to make something happen with Watson there. But our offense, kept us in the game slightly, but not today. It could have been just me making bad decisions. That could have been it. But the offensive line also just did not block for me. Watson one-on-one. Christian Watson holds it on, brings it in, and holds on to it, is the combination of phrases I wanted to say. That's what happens when you got, 94 speed, 96 speed, whatever he has. And we're just going to test him again. He's wide open, Christian Watson. Why couldn't we do this at all in the beginning of the game? First career touchdown as a Red Dragon for Christian Watson, and it's a little too late at this point. It makes it look a little less of a blowout or a dominant win for the Bears, but we should have been able to do that all game, and yet we do it on the very last drive. Those are the kind of things that frustrate me. And maybe we would have been able to do that all game if I wasn't so careful in the beginning. I don't know, but Bears are going to kneel it, and we're going to lose 31-19 at home to the Chicago Bears, who are now a 2-win football team instead of a 1-win football team. I was watching the bottom ticker as the game was going on. There are other winless teams in the league, not just us. But we are not playing up to par. We need to get better, that is for sure. We really, really need to get better. And I need to get better. I'm not discounting myself. I need to get better. 16 for 25, 274 yards for Rodgers, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. That second touchdown is kind of just inflating the numbers. It doesn't really technically count. I mean, it does. Najee Harris, 17 carries for 61 yards. He was at least able to run more consistently than last game against the Eagles, but we were down too much. We didn't really feel like we could run. Christian Watson had 5 catches for 120 yards in that touchdown. Terry McLaurin had 4 for 83 in a touchdown. And then defensively, 6 tackles for Jamin Davis, usually up at the top anyway. Chase Young had a tackle for loss. 2 for Jonathan Allen came at the end of the game. We did get 1 sack on Chase Young. When did we get a sack on Fields? I don't remember getting a sack with Chase Young. Maybe it came at the end of the game. I don't remember. No picks, obviously. Do we have any picks? We have a few picks in the season. Not many. If anything, we have 2. Well, we don't have many picks this year. Kind of upsetting. But we're just not creating enough pressure to force anything to be picked. And we go to week number 6 of the NFL season. against the Falcons, who are 3-2, but they're also not that great of a team. We are 0-5 though. We play the Giants, the Eagles again, and then the Patriots in the next coming episodes. We do have probably some more progress on these players that we'll take. Yeah, we got some more progress on these quarterbacks and receivers, so that's good. We're starting to learn a little bit more about Devin Hardison. I don't know who the quarterback is. Is it going to be Matt Newton or is it going to be Mac Bean? I don't think it can be Mac Bean because he's a statue. We looked at his speed. His speed is bad, isn't it? It's poor to marginal. I can't have a quarterback that has poor to marginal speed, regardless of how good his arm is. I just can't have a quarterback. That's not my play style. I can't have a quarterback that has poor to marginal speed. That just can't happen. Decent to solid isn't as good either, but at least it's better than poor to marginal. Plus, he's got the same kind of throw power and arm that Mac Bean has. So Matt Newton is kind of leading the charge right now for me. And once we get to like week 11, when we can do some private workouts and stuff, we'll throw probably both the quarterbacks in there, to be honest, just to kind of feel for certain who the guy's going to be. But that is going to do it for this episode. Unfortunately, it's another loss. We have to wait another episode to possibly get our first win in franchise history, but I promise you it will come. It has to. We can't go 0-17. I don't want it to happen. I don't want our first year in history to be 0-17. That'd just be too embarrassing. We're definitely not going to beat the Giants, and we're not going to beat the Eagles. So if it's going to come, it's going to either come against the Falcons or the Patriots. So hopefully it comes against the Falcons. But if you enjoyed this episode, leave it a like, subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Club. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching. I appreciate it, as always, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.